everybody, welcome back. We're down in the basement again, and we're going to take a look at the Walther CCP. Walther's offering to the concealed carry market. It came out mid-2014, I believe. You can get these, this is obviously the stainless steel slide. You can also get them with the standard black slide, and then also one with the black slide and tungsten gray frame, for those of you who care. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about the old CCP here while we got it out. Obviously polymer frame. Sights are pretty nice. Not super crazy anything to write home about, but they're pretty good. Do come with 3 front sight posts of varying heights. I just have the one that came out of the box. The rear sight is adjustable for windage. The sights do tend to get a little bit dark if the sun is at your face. So say you're out shooting and the sun's beaming at you like, get out of here, son, I don't want you here, sort of deal. The sights get a little dark. The white dots kind of start to disappear. Now if the sun's at your back and everything's good, sun's at your back, just watching your 6 there, the sights are nice and bright white. I think that's mainly due to the channels that they dug in there for the sights. Maybe a little bit too deep. Could use a little bit more paint possibly, but they're just a little bit dark if the sun's going towards your face. So just a little thing there. But to be honest, like when I took it out the past few times I have, there's no problem in sight acquisition, at least for me. Just something to note. Does have a safety here, a little frame safety. Fairly easy to engage and disengage. However, and I was playing around a little bit with it, but it's not something that I think you would bump. Like taking out of a holster and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't fire, because it does disengage a trigger there. I don't, or vice versa. You pop it on and then you put it in your holster and then it disengages on its own. It's not something. It's not that easy, but it's fairly nice to manipulate. But not too crazy there. The trigger is fairly nice. It says about 5.5 pounds. Don't have a caliper on me, but they say 5.5 pounds, and I would agree. It's a nice trigger. I've heard some people give the trigger a little bit of flack, saying it's maybe a little bit heavy or like a double action trigger pull or a little gritty. I haven't experienced that with this one. I think it's a very nice trigger, very crisp, very clean. Now let's talk about reset. So we've got it depressed already. We're going to reset it. Keep going, resetting. There we go. Okay. So if I just remove my finger from its reset point, it's only about a frog's hair away from where it was previously. So the reset is a bit long, but it's not a competition gun, it's a concealed gun. And I've done a few mag dumps with it, and I really didn't have any problems. I wasn't like, because I've even watched a video where somebody was talking about, oh well, I thought the reset was coming and it wasn't, so I kept going without the reset. It's like, well, no, I don't think there's any issues with that, at least with me. But it is a little longer reset than a lot of other firearms I've owned or maintained. But it's a good trigger. It really is a decent trigger. It feels good. It's not gritty. Again, it's not long. It doesn't stack. It's just a good, honest trigger for a firearm that is meant for concealed carry. And when I took it out, a couple times I have, it's right on. I mean, it's right on the money. I think the first 2 shots I shot with it, I was a little bit left, maybe didn't have quite enough finger on the trigger or something, but I compensated and was able to really bear down and just center mass. It was really quite a nice experience right out of the box with standard 115 grain. Actually, I was probably shooting 124 grain. I like the 124 grain, but 124 grain federal ammunition. So that was pretty good experience on that. It does have a front rail here, your Picatinny rail, for all your lights and laser accessory needs and wants. I'm not really big into that, but you know, if you're into that, you got it. So let's talk about the one final thing on the outward appearance of the gun is the ergonomics. This is such a great feeling firearm. When I picked it up from my FFL, went over to inspect it, and I put my hand on there, I was like, whoa. Nicest feeling firearm I have personally owned to this point. The ergonomics on this particular pistol are literally second to none. I think that it's just nice. It's very, very comfortable. Does have some squigglies in here, for texturing. Has a few little bumps there, finger grooves. But altogether, when they came together on ergonomics, they said, hey, you know what? Let's do this right. And they did. They did it right. It feels great. With the mag out, I mean, you still have almost a full hand on there. With the mag, you have that little bit of extra pinky space if that matters to you. I guess I haven't really said anything about the mag yet, but 8 rounds, 8+1. Pretty fairly decently nice, constructed mags. I have no problem with the mags. I've heard some negative Nancy's on the mags, but I've had no problem with them. They seem to work a-okay for me. And like I said, 8 rounds in a nice slim package is fairly nice. And it is slim. It's probably about weight-wise about the same as a shield, but a little bit thicker than a shield. So this probably would be considered a belt gun, not a pocket gun. Well, definitely not a pocket gun, but certainly a conceal option. Certainly on the belt inside the waistband is how I carry it. So yeah, fairly nice little package there. So let's talk about the kind of the elephant in the room. This is something that since since the videos started pouring out about these, the one thing that people have lost their minds about is the takedown of this firearm. And I understand it, and we're going to show you. So on the frame, there's a little hook. Back here, we have this little button-looking thing back here. And what we're going to do is we're going to depress the silver piece. We're going to bring the slide back just about 1/8 of an inch so it disengages off of that little hook. You can do this by screwdriver. It does say in the manual you can use a screwdriver or an Allen wrench. You can do that as well, or you can use a little tool. It's got a little hump of plastic out here at the very end that you use to go in and depress it. So, who here wants to bet I can do it in one take? Nobody? Probably won't happen in one take, but that's okay. Like I said, we're just down here in the basement. So I'm going to take a hold of it, upside down, now right side up. We're going to go ahead and bring it in under the silver piece, depress 1/8 of an inch. Yep, see? Never one take. I think I kind of faked myself out there. But we will get it in 2. Yeah, buddy. Got it in 2. Here's the recoil spring. Fairly light. We'll talk about that here in a moment. Frame mounted barrel. Acts as a gas block. The gas will go downwards and into the gas block chamber here where the piston will engage in a delayed blowback system. Now I'll go ahead and point this at you. It's non-functional, so don't be scared even through the camera. But if you can see it, there's a little hole back here where the piston will set inside to complete the gas system. And recoil, they call it the soft coil system. This is not something unique to this pistol. It actually, let's see, I believe it first appeared in the H&K P7. But, you know, do I think that it is some sort of crazy reduced recoil? No. When I was out the first time, I had it there with a shield, and I thought that the recoil was similar to a shield, which is what I would expect out of a gun this size. It should be like that recoil. So yeah, about the recoil of a shield, not unpleasant. Very pleasant to shoot. As a matter of fact, I could shoot this thing for days and be extremely happy to do so. So let's talk about one other thing here that I know has been a bone of contention. It does have an internal safety. If you can see these two little, I guess, lever bars or whatever you want to call them, how they both rotate in and out, and this would engage a firing pin block safety deal that some people don't like, and I understand. I mean, you know, nobody really likes internal safeties, but whatever. We'll put our big boy pants on and accept it. I have had no problems with the functionality of this. I've only heard maybe one or two stories of where there's been something in relation to that's went wrong, and I don't know about the accuracy of those statements or not. So again, just like you like your old Walther PPK, that fits right over the barrel. We've been talking so much about this piston system, haven't even showed it. There's the piston that will go in the hole there to complete the system. You know, pretty simple look there. Interesting point. In here in the firing pin block, the spring that engages the firing pin is braided wire. Kind of cool. Don't see that all that often. I don't know if you can even see it, but yeah, lighting. Think I'd learn. But yeah, it has braided wire. I don't know why that's interesting to me, but it's interesting to me. So let's see about getting it back together here. Maybe we can do this in the first try. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and, you know, kind of like the old 1911s, we got to position that piston in there just right. Nope, didn't get it in the hole. Jeez, I thought it was in there. There we go, maybe. Really? Come on, buddy. Get in there. It's your home. Go to your home. There we go. Got it. And then we're just going to align the slide with the frame, get out our friendly neighborhood tool, depress down, and then it'll just come right down over that hook, and away you go. Pretty simple. It is a little bit of an annoyance. I will wholeheartedly admit that, but it doesn't affect my opinion of the firearm. It's just kind of a little bit annoying. But like I said, I mean, you know, that whole gas block system is taking up major real estate. So you can't just put that standard takedown lever, and they had to do something. Is this as bad as it can be? Absolutely not. But it is a little annoying. Just wanted to point it out to you. One last thing before we let you go, and I think it's kind of important because there are times when some of these pistols can just be darn hard to rack. This one is a breeze. It's super simple. It does have some serrations in the front if you want to do the old tactical, like, yep, there's a round in the chamber type of deal. It's a little bit obstructed by the Walther emblem cut through it, but you can still get enough hand on there if you want to check. But, you know, this is something that, because of the system it has, and because of the reduced strength, I don't want to say reduced strength, the weaker recoil spring, it doesn't require as heavy a recoil spring. It makes the operation of the slide a lot easier. So maybe if you have weaker hands, or possibly if you have you know, a nerve damage in your hands, or just generally poor grip, that could be something interesting for you to look at. Something kind of cool to you know, just be able to rack a slide really easy. And I guess I'll also mention this. I almost forgot about it, but because of this gas system being down here set in the frame, if you were to just plow through mags, 10, 15 mags, pow, 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 just really going at it, the underside of your trigger well is going to get rather toasty. All that heat is being transferred down. I was trying to do it back behind, like, oh yeah, I'm looking at it, you're not. All that heat is being transferred down, so the heat buildup can be significant depending on your round count. A couple mags and then you stop, not going to be an issue. But if you are firing like there's no tomorrow, that could be a little bit of an issue, and maybe something to take note of, just the heat. So, something to bear in mind. Like I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hide anything from you. I'm going to tell you what I know. But anyway, that's the Walther CCP. I enjoy this gun a lot. I've had a lot of fun with it. I got a really great deal on it, and I've been very happy that I picked it up. And I think you would be too once you get it in your hands. Don't let the detractors scare you away from quality products, because this is a quality product. So anyway, again, Walther CCP, really like this one. Now, for all of you who've watched, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to take a look at my videos. You know, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to voice them. I try and answer back as much as I can. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. And as always, you know, if you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel. We're always trying to grow, bring new content as I can, and get certain things done in as timely a fashion as my schedule will allow. But anyway, I appreciate you stopping by. Y'all have a great day.